Reading book on pausing, written by me, Eric Wadell. First draft, August 2025. Chapter 1. What is pausing? Definition. Pausing is the practice of taking a second or two to recognize what is going on. Learning what we already know. Pausing is a new thing, yet also an age-old thing. It is a skill that we can develop and refine, and at the same time it is a natural behavior. It is a practice we can learn, even though we already know it. The practice of pausing is a simple one. It is so simple that it is easily overlooked. Whenever we get a hunch that there might be something interesting or puzzling going on, we pause for a second or two. When we have paused, we will notice many things going on all at once. There will be things going on inside of us, and there will be things going on outside of us. There will be things going on between our insides and outsides as well. At this point, we will easily feel overwhelmed or confused as to what to do with all the things that we notice. But somehow, one thing more than all the others will stand out a little extra. One thing in particular will speak to us and reveal itself as the one thing that is the most interesting or puzzling. So, we simply recognize in a casual manner that we have found something that we do not fully understand. And then the pause is over and we move on. Related practices. There are a number of established practices that are somewhat related to pausing, each one with its own history and connotations. Mindfulness, meditation, prayer, contemplation, centering, and making the unconscious conscious are a few examples. Pausing serves as a complement to all of these. They are not mutually exclusive, neither does learning the one cancel out the learning of the others. What gives pausing its unique quality is in its everyday usefulness. We pause for a second or two, and that's it. The practice of pausing is carried out as often or as seldom as we feel the need to, as well as how deeply or superficially as we want. Lift your eyes up from this text right now for a second or two, and then come back. There, you just paused. In its simplest form, there does not need to be anything more to it than that. Pausing can be an informal and easy-to-use version of the other related practices. Take everything you know about the other practices with you into pausing. For the individual. You are one person, so every pause you make and every observation you make will ultimately be yours. When we know pausing as our individual practice, we gain something invaluable. We gain the potential to meet with another person as one person. It enables us to be curious about the other person, as we, with every pause made, grow more curious about ourselves. With each pause made as an individual, we accumulate interesting observations about ourselves. We can feel ourselves growing into what we have always known ourselves to be. What used to be murky slowly and gradually turns a bit more clear. Serving the group. You might have one or more groups in which you belong and which you wish to serve, or you might not. Either way, your pausing is an asset for more people than yourself. What is usually a vulnerability common to all groups is that too much happens too fast. Another way of stating it is that groups often go out of hand, contrary to the wishes of its individual members. Regular pausing among members of the group functions as a built-in element of pacing. It slows down what was reckless and speeds up what was stagnant. It reallocates the energy from what was hurting to what is interesting. It makes the glass that was half empty, half full. You are already pausing. It is not necessary to get started pausing, because you are already doing it. Instead, casually notice when and where you are already pausing. I will now pose some questions to get you going, rather than for you to answer exhaustively. Do you find yourself pausing when you are alone or among other people? Do you pause for the shortest of moments or for long uninterrupted periods of time. When you pause, do you notice things that you feel strongly about or quite neutral about? Do you pause many times a day or seldom, if at all? Whatever answers you find to your questions, do not think too much of them. Simply notice that you are in fact already pausing in a personal way. Desire to pause. As you practice pausing, you will find that your genuine desire to pause will fluctuate. At some times along the course of your life, you will want to pause a lot. At other times, you will detest pausing altogether. Since pausing is a thing, it is not all things. So, there will be a time to pause, and there will be a time not to. If you already know this now from the start, you will be able to respect that pausing is not always the answer. You will develop a nice relationship to pausing, coming and going throughout the course of your life. It is quite mysterious as to how it is working, but it would seem that sometimes we are the ones supposed to be pausing. At other times, it is supposed to be someone else. Now we will look at the next part of the book, the pause framework and how it came to be.